Hello, Sudoku friends, and welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku Puzzle. Today is Thursday, it's February the 8th, 2024. I'm a little late today. I had a delightful coffee meeting with my former Chinese teacher and her young 3-year-old son. That was quite enjoyable, so I wasn't able to record this video earlier. But I'm here now. And what I'm seeing is the 1 and the 3 blocking across here, the 1 and the 3 blocking across here. So the 1 and the 3 must go in these two squares. And a 7, therefore, must go here or here. And therefore here or here. We also have a 1 and a 6 here and a 1 and a 6 here. So these two squares have got to be a 1 and a 6. This is 6 blocks over. Here's a 1, here's a 6. Did I say that this is the hard version of the New York Times puzzle? If not, I've said it now. Let's see. We talked about how a 7 had to go in one of these two squares, didn't we? And since this is 7 blocks here, the only square in column 9 where a 7 can go must be this one here. And here we are looking now for a 2 and an 8. The 2 blocks over, so this must be an 8 and this must be a 2. And now here, 4 and an 8. 4 and 8, I think that will have to wait. 1 here or here. 1 blocking up, 1 here, here or here. 3 blocks over this way. One of these is a 3, therefore we are going to have a 3 here or here. 3 and 7, 3 and 7, 3 and 7 go in these two squares. Therefore, these can't be 3 and 7. They must be a 4, 5, and a 1. The 1 and a 4, of course, block here. So this is a 5. And these must be a 1 and a 4. This 5 blocks here, this 5 blocks here. We're going to have a 5 either here or here. So this 5 also blocks down. We got a couple of 5s blocking across. And from all this follows that this must be a 5. This 6 blocks these 3 squares, therefore this must be a 6. And here now we are looking for a 2, 4, and an 8. A 2 and a 4 block this square, so here's an 8. 2 and 4 here. Therefore, 2 blocks down, a 2 here or here. 2, 4, and 8 here as well. 2 and 8 block here. 2 and 8 go here and here. Therefore, this must be the 4. 4, 7, 8, 9 across here. 7, 9. This is a 4, 8, but we kind of knew that. 7 here or here, we knew that as well. 4 and 5 here, and 4 and 5 here, and 4 and 5 here. 4 is a 4 and a 5 to go in these two squares in some order. Let me get back to these squares here again. 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 7 and a 9, and therefore a 4 and an 8 here. So we got 4, 8 here, we got 4, 8 here, we got 4, 8 here. We cannot have a 4, 8 here. I want to revisit the 3 and the 7. They belong up here. Therefore, this must be a 1. Maybe it's easier to figure out these 3 guys now. Since we found the 1, they must be a 4, 5, and a 9. 5 goes here or here. 4 could go here or here, so no. It's not that much easier. Let's get back to the 4, 5 up here. We found the 1 now here, so with the 4 and the 5, we now have 5 givens practically in the top row. We still need to find 2, 3 7, 8. And so 2 and 8 and 2 and 8. Seems that a 2 and 8 must go in these two squares. Therefore, a 3, 9, 7 for these. The 9 blocks up, so one of these is a 9. But since we found the 2 and an 8 here, we need to be looking again at these two squares. One of them must be an 8 blocking up here. So this is a 2 and this is an 8. Here now we're looking for a 3, 7 and a 2. 3, 7. This is a 2, 7. This is a 3, 7. We also have a 3, 7 here, remember? So let's examine row 2 again, shall we? So we got 3, 7 here and we got 3, 7 here. And that places some restrictions on this square because it now can't be a 3 and it cannot be a 7. Therefore, it's got to be a 9. And we have 3, 7 here and here. Let's revisit these squares here. 3, 7, 3, 7. That leaves a 1, 8, and a 6 for these squares. There's a 1 and a 6 blocking here, so this must be an 8. And these must be 1 and 6. We are still stuck with a possible 2 here and here. And a possible 4 here and here. This is a little bit complicated, but let me have a look here and here. These two squares must be 2 and 8. We need to find a 2, 8, 5, 3, 7 across here. There's a 5, 3, 7, 5, 3, 7 blocking these two squares. They must be 2 and 8. And since that goes 8 blocks here, this 8 blocks here, this 8 blocks here, and this 8 blocks here and here, we know that this must be an 8. This goes to 2 blocks across here. This 2 blocks down here. So here's a 2. 7, 3 here, 7, 3 here, 7, 3 here, 3 blocks over. One of these is a 3. 3 goes here or here. We knew that. This is a weird puzzle today. It's a little unlike the typical New York Times puzzles, I have to say. Let's have a look at the one blocking across here and the one blocking down here and the one blocking over here. That gives me a 1 here. 2, 8, 4, 5, 9 here. Four here and here. This is a 5 and 9. And also a 4, 5, 9 here still. We have a 6 blocking here. We have a 6 blocking here and we have a 6 blocking here. So for row 5, a 6 must go here. We now have these two 6s blocking up here. This 6 blocks across, this 6 blocks across. So this must be a 6. And we remember that these are 7, 3, therefore this must be a 1, which blocks down. This 1 blocks down. These two 1s block here and here. So here's a 1. We remember these two. They have to be a 1 and a 3. Now the 3 goes here. Now let's get back to the 4 and 5. We remember, I hope we remember, must go here and here, giving me a 7 and a 3 for these two squares. The 3 blocks up now, so this must be a 7, therefore this is a 7, this is a 3. The 7 blocks over here, here's a 3, and here's a 7. 3 blocks down, 3 blocks over, 3 here. 5 and 7 for these squares. The 7 blocks down, here's a 5, here's a 7. 7 and 3 block over, 3 blocks over, 3 here, here. Hang on, 7 blocks over here and here. So here's a 7. I thought it was going to go here, but for obvious reasons, it can't. So remember the 2, 8 here? Now guess what? This must be a 5. These are 4 and 5. The 5 now blocks up. Here's a 4 and here's a 5. We know that these are 2 and 4. The 4 blocks down here, giving me a 4 here and a 2 here. This 2 and this 2 block these two squares. Here's a 2. This square can only be a 9. And this square can only be a 3, which blocks this square, making a 3 out of this, and a 9 is hanging out here now. And another 9 must go here. We know that one of these had to be a 5. Now the 5 goes here. And this must be a 4, which makes an 8 out of this square, while this must be the 4. These were 9 and 7. 7 now blocks down. Here's a 9. Here's a 7. The last square here must be an 8, giving me a 2 here and an 8 here, because we remember those two, don't we? And here a 4. 2 and 9 to place in these squares. The 2 blocks down. Here's a 9 and here is a 2. And that's how we solve today's Sudoku from the New York Times. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.